Now let's shift gears a little bit and talk about letters of recommendation. And we could talk about where to get them and such. But one question I keep getting from applicants is if I'm reapplying the following year, do I need new letters? And how old can the letters be?
Yeah, so my opinion is that if they're reapplying just that next year, typically those other letters, if they're, they're usually, so let's say they applied towards the end of the cycle. They applied in February or March. And then they're applying again. They're like, I didn't get in. I'm going to get a jump on this. Their application opens up in September. I'm going to apply in September. Those letters are not that old. They're not even a year old for a lot of these students. And I'm pretty comfortable with those letters being the same. After a year, I think it makes sense to get them like redone, freshen them up. Even if they're from the same professors, same recommenders, I think it just helps so that the date, so we can see that they've gone to the effort to improve their application. And so yeah, I do think that I think that after that first year, it's sort of up to they can use their best discretion, but I don't look down on somebody that's reusing those same letters.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I guess current is more relevant, of course.
Yeah.
Now, as for who to get them from, is it okay to get from 2 professors, 2 employers, one of each?
We here at BYU, we have a strong preference for professors. We'd love to see those academic letters of recommendation. And most of the time, it actually is because they tend to do a better service for the students. They tend to tell us more. And so the professors just, I think, have a sense of how to write these letters to let us know some of the things we're looking for in applicants and give us an idea what to expect as we bring them into our own classrooms. And so our preference is professors. Now, there often are situations where they have a real strong professor letter, and then there's somebody else that's a supervisor, maybe an advisor of some other kind, where they feel like can offer some additional insight and still write something good. And so by all means, they're welcome to do that. And of course, non-traditional applicants, if they're a little bit older and they've been out of school for 5-10 years, sometimes they've lost a relationship with the professor. We don't expect them to try to jog the memory from a decade ago of professors they might have had a couple classes from. So they just pull the best professional references they can.
Yeah, I think that was really one of the biggest concerns I get from a lot of older applicants is that they haven't talked to this professor. The professor doesn't know them. The professor's moved on.
Yeah.
So that's good to hear. That's good to hear. And then I guess, are there any pitfalls of letters that students want to avoid?
Yeah, I think the best advice is still when you're talking to somebody about writing a letter, maybe be explicit. Say, are you comfortable writing a good letter of recommendation for me? And it's like, I had these classes from you. I did these things. Here's some of the comments you made on my papers or my exams. Hopefully they were positive. There's a reason why you're going to that professor and asking that question, but just to make sure the professor really is fully on board in sort of supporting you in this effort. It's still rare that we get everyone. I think I read once there was somebody who wrote, I asked the student not to use me as a recommendation, and they insisted, and so here it is. And it was a very, at best, lukewarm letter of recommendation. That's rare. People are still going to do their best, I think, for these students, these applicants. But I think having that conversation up front, just say, are you comfortable writing this for me? And some professors might say no. I think that they might say, I think that you would be better served by going to someone else. And you'd rather know that up front than for us to find out on our end.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, if someone tells you no, don't use that person. I mean, it's a recommendation letter.
Yeah.
And there's a wide variety and quality that one can get out of that. It's not like getting a letter, any letter is good enough. You're better off just scraping through your address book and contacts and finding someone else. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.